Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. This is our January blessing here at Angels Rest, and my name is Patty Hegwood, and I'm going to kick us off with a few thoughts about holding ourselves kindly. I know we hear that a lot lately, but given, I would say, if anyone here has a living, beating, caring heart, for those of you here today and everyone at home, you can't help but be impacted by all of the things that are going on around us. I would say from the micro to the macro. First of all, there's the micro. It's our immediate environment. It's our fur, feathered, and scaled friends that live with us. And if we have recently lost a loved one, that definitely impacts us in a profound way. And then we have our immediate environment, which I don't know a time right now where we haven't been a little bit shy about or a little worried about where the next disaster is going to be. Speaking namely of the fires in LA, that is our most recent disaster. And for those of you here and those of you at home, if you've been tuning in, Best Friends teams gathered up all of our resources, and we worked really tirelessly and effortlessly to help get animals out of harm's way and to get them into safe and loving homes or into foster situations, but definitely getting them out of harm's way. And then, of course, globally, there are things always going on. So if you are a caring individual, you cannot ignore the fact that all of these things do have a profound effect on us one way or the other. And what I'd like to really point out, and I think you all can agree with me where this resonates with us, is a feeling of helplessness. Whether it's your own animal at home that has been diagnosed with something dire, the best you can offer is safety and comfort as you weather that storm together. When it comes to events like disasters, there's another sense of helplessness that comes up, and I know you all understand that feeling of how can I help? What can I do? How can I be of service? And one of the things that I would like to point out is to, first of all, turn that on yourself. It's very important for all of us to hold ourselves kindly. Take a moment, take a breath. Not all of us can jump into action and go to the scene of a disaster, but there's so many things that we actually can do that can be helpful in a time of crisis. And when I look at just specifically say the most recent disaster, there's donating, there's volunteering, helping with transports, there's fostering. You can just help foster and keep an animal safe until the crisis abates. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and we don't have the video here for you, so you'll have to go to our video to see, but there's a lovely woman named Erin who lost her dog Sunny to a very tragic accident, and she was witnessing the fires in LA, and she said, what can I do? How can I help? And she decided to foster. And all of her friends were telling her, oh, it's too soon. It's too soon. You just lost your sweet, precious baby boy. And she said, you know what? If there's anything I can do is open my home and create a loving environment for a dog who's in need of shelter right now. And that's what they did. So if you want to see the video, you're going to have to go on our YouTube channel when it's posted. But for those of you who couldn't be with us here in beautiful Angel Canyon, you're getting ready to see a lovely video right now.
I have a dog, or had a dog. Yesterday he was struck by a vehicle, so he was hurt, and he passed away shortly after. He was like, just the love of my life, and it made me realize, how important it is to be able to give back when you can. And as sad as it is to not have my baby anymore, it's important to make sure that the other babies here have a place to go, because it's just heartbreaking what's going on. Some people would probably be like, it's a little early, but I'm like, no, there's no time better than now to do what I can. And I think that my dog would say, please give another animal the home you gave me.
Hello, everybody. My name is Josh, and I'm the manager here at Angels Rest. And at this part of the program, we will read out some names and sanctuary tributes that were sent in for this month. For the little guys that were here on sanctuary grounds, in Cat World, we had lost Chunka, Scooby, Alowin, Flapjack, Wentworth, Leno, Broccoli, Lacey, Boeing, Wizard, Al, Corden, Tori, Snapdragon, another Scooby, Detroit, and Stevie. And in Dogtown, we had lost Elizabeth Swan, Jamie, Marley, Mona Lisa, Lassie, and Junior. And in Horsehaven, we had lost Sheriff. And for the tributes that were sent in, we have some for Cash, Charlie Mills, Jet, Ozzy and Potato Chip, Augie DeMio, Sage, Layla, Ralph, Bernice, Rose, Little Man and Mister, Max, and Crystal.
Hello, I am Caretaker James, and I get to share a couple of tribute stories with you this evening. First, Telly, our sweet, beautiful girl, Telly. We were so lucky you came into our lives. You were perfect for our household, such a wonderful companion for the kittens, Cleo and Mutt, as well as your two-legged sister when she came along. You had such a calm, gentle spirit and were so wise. We've never met another like you, and probably never will. You will always hold a special place in our hearts. We miss you so much and love you forever. Buddy Joyner. Buddy was very loving, obedient, and was faithful to the extreme. He loved spending the day in the garden with Raymond. His favorite stuffed animal was Garfield, and he carried him on long walks, never putting him down. We miss you.
Hello, I'm Byron, one of the caretakers here, and I have a beautiful story. It's my beautiful peanut butter. You were abandoned by your family and found your way to me in the depths of a severe winter. I couldn't bring you inside, so you slept in my car on a blanket. You were so afraid of being alone that you stayed under the house or up on the roof. I would bring you down and sit with you while you ate in peace. When I was finally able to let you in, you found your food bowl, your box, and my lap. Winding into my heart, your beautiful long orange Maine Coon fur, never to let me go again. You spent hours watching birds from your window while I worked. Then I retired. We were together night and day. My family was all gone, so it was just the two of us left in the world. I promised you I would never let you suffer. So almost 19 years after you found me, your body finally failed, and you were ready to go to the Rainbow Bridge. I wasn't ready. But we said goodbye, and you flew away. I've never heard such terrible silence in our home. I love you deeply, and I will miss you forever. Wait for me at the Rainbow Bridge. I'll see you soon. Dad. And then we have some caretakers that would like to share about some animals as well.
On January 9th, Horsehaven said goodbye to a dear older horse named Sheriff. Sheriff came to Best Friends Horsehaven in October 2021 with several other horses. Staff were told he was about 15 and that he was good at being ridden, including by children and inexperienced riders. Except that, when the staff examined him soon after he arrived, they found that he was closer to 25. And that when anyone went to catch him, even to halter for a little snack or a little walk, he went the other way, quickly. So we were wondering what his early experiences were really like. Everyone agreed, though, that he was very gentle. Horsehaven was also told when Sheriff was younger, he enjoyed being the boss of his herd, and that he aged and younger horses took that role. He could act like a grumpy old man. Well, that's one way to look at it, but we came to see him as a senior gentleman who had a fondness for mares. Sheriff was most famous at Horsehaven for his magnificent mustache at the end of his muzzle, which curled endearingly at both ends. It's a horse trait common to certain breeds, and with Sheriff's unknown parentage, it's uncertain where it came from. Because he was an older horse and he got buckets of soaked green hay pellets instead of regular hay for his food, the mustache was often a delightful matching green. Sheriff's health declined over time, and an enlarged joint on his front leg was visible evidence of really painful arthritis. He received multiple types of treatment, including acupuncture and pain medication, but it couldn't reverse the decline. It became difficult, if not impossible, for him to lie down for his needed REM sleep and to get back up again. So earlier this month, the staff made the decision to cross him, and we now trust that he is running freely, without pain, beyond the Rainbow Bridge, attempting to boss everyone around and flirting with all the ladies. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm a caregiver in Dogtown, and I'm going to talk tonight about a dog named Junior. This is Junior's picture right here for all the folks that are with us tonight. I was Junior's caregiver for about 3 years, and it was a real honor to be his caregiver. Junior was a big dog, about 80 pounds, and he had an even bigger personality. There was a lot of excitement in Junior's personality. There was also a goofy side to him, and he would get this mischievous look on his face when he had that goofy side to his personality going. And there was also a quiet, serene, peaceful side to Junior that I got to see during some downtimes. And I would often just sit in Junior's room with him during my lunch hour, and he would put his giant head in my lap, and we would just relax for 30, 45 minutes, something like that. Junior crossed just a week ago, last Thursday, and he crossed during the night. He was found the next morning, and for that we're sad, but for that he didn't suffer, we are grateful. I'd like to just say, being a caregiver in Dogtown for dogs like this is a real privilege, and it's an honor for me personally, and especially for a dog like Junior, who had so much personality and was so lively and interactive and engaging. It really makes the job fun to come in every day and see Junior first thing in the morning, and to know that I would have 8 or 9 hours with him that day. Just made my job really enjoyable. And I'm going to miss him greatly. I already do miss him. It's been a week. The Octagon is not the same without his big, loud presence. And he was an active part of everyday activities in the area of Dogtown that he lived in. So we're sad that Junior's not with us anymore. But we know that he's healthy on the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. And for me, I'm just thrilled and proud to have been Junior's caregiver. Thanks.
My name's Adam. I work at the Welcome Center. I did have the privilege of fostering a very young, sick kitten that had come to us from the clinic. I say us, my wife works at the clinic, and we didn't have her for very long, and we knew she was not going to be long for this world. but it was a very rewarding experience to get to care for this kitten because she had multiple ailments, and we got to get her through her FIP treatment, which, thanks to this wonderful Best Friends Sanctuary, we were able to do that for her, and it did give us a little bit of hope. It felt good to give this little kitten that had been suffering through so many things in her short life the best quality of life and as much love as we could possibly give her. And having her in her home, and you could tell that she was happy to be there, and she loved being around us, and she loved being around our other animals, and she really made a huge impression on me for the short time that I got to care for her. And she will be greatly missed, and her life was short, but it was a full life, and I'm very grateful to have been able to care for her, and thank you.
believe the chimes like this moment of silence and joined us all. Wow, what is so brilliant and beautiful about what we just witnessed? That we are caregivers and caretakers all across the board, whether we want to call ourselves a foster or a mom or a dad or somebody who spends their entire work shift being able to create that home environment and that loving embrace for all the animals that come across our path. It's a running through line through all of us, because what it says is that we care. And the animals are one of the greatest, I would say, threads that run through every one of us and tap at our hearts and make us better people, because we care, because they bring that out in us. And it's pretty amazing, isn't it? And I also want to ask not only you kind folks here right now, but you folks who are watching this video, we love hearing from you. We would love to hear more letters of how animals have touched your lives. Send us your photos. Send them in. We will get them. It's incredible to know all the people who are touched by animal lives across the United States and in so many different ways. And one lady got to me. I had to read her story today, and that's how we're going to wrap up today, this blessing for January. And I'm going to just murder the heck out of her last name, so I hope she forgives me. But it's Miss Regina Swaruzinska. I'm going to just say Regina, but I wanted to give it a try there. And Regina, I want to thank you for reaching out to me in a personal way, because it meant a whole lot to me to hear your story and to give me my final poem for the evening. As you all know, I'm a big Mary Oliver fan, and I love my Mary Oliver, but I love getting new poems to read. So this is the story of Mickey by Miss Regina S. Though Mickey is not from Best Friends, I feel a strong connection to the sanctuary and have volunteered there several times. In 2017, we were there with our dog Frodo, who was sick with hemangiosarcoma at the time. We had an absolutely wonderful trip with him and the rest of our pack. He passed about a week later. In 2021, we came again and hung our own wind chime for Frodo in one of the trees at Angels Rest. I hope it's made it through the winters. It was near the gazebo. We are already working on plans to come again and hang one for Mickey. I don't think it's a coincidence that Mickey passed during the annual blessing. And I don't think it's a coincidence that you unknowingly, she's talking about me, used the words of my poem in your introduction to the blessing that was occurring as he was crossing. I'd like to share it with you here, as well as a few words about Mickey. I am a core volunteer at a rescue, and I could go on and on about the differences his life has made to us. In his last year and a half of life, he lost his back leg after a traumatic break. He developed diabetes, liver disease, and he went blind. Yet time and again, when we thought we'd lose him, he made unexpected improvements and continued on, earning the nickname, the little engine that could. I hope you will consider sharing this poem and my dedication during the next ceremony. And here we are today, and I thank you so much, Regina, for sending in this poem. One last walk, one last ride, one last lean into my side. Feel the sun, Feel the breeze. Feel the grass beneath your feet. Feel me here, right by your side, and forever you'll reside. In my heart, in my soul, in my mind, wherever I go. Feel my love. Know I'm here. Feel my touch. Know no fear. Walk now, love, towards the light. You are whole. You have sight. Go have fun. Run and run through the fields towards the sun. You'll find a park. Find Frodo there, right by the bridge near Golden Stairs. One day I'll join you, and you will be my shadow again for eternity. Thank you, Regina. And thank you to everyone who joins us in loving the animals and making sure that they all feel safe, cared for, and loved. Till the next time, bye for now.